show you the skills of a master. Time to get serious.
Welcome to Turn 1 and welcome to the Pikkon Show. Today we're taking a look at Pikkon level 10 Lynx. He's fully rainbowed. This guy, let's take a quick look at what he does. So we've got attack and defense plus 200%, high chance to evade enemies' attacks, superclass allies key plus 2, attack and defense plus 30. For 7 turns we get defense plus 200% and guard. When we have 3 or more type keys obtained, Otherworld warriors or connected hope category allies, attack and defense plus 30. Launches an additional with a great chance of being a super. 1 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. 4 key chance to evade enemies' attacks plus 20. Seals super attack for 2 turns. And then when attacking with 12 or more key, you get attack and defense plus 200%. So let's take a look. The super attack effect greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage to enemy and greatly lowers attack. Basically, this guy can be like a slot 1, right? Like if you have no one else, he can go slot 1 because of his dodge chance right here. Take a look. Where is it? It's this right here. So chance evading enemies attacks plus 20%, and then he has the 50%, which is the high chance. So that gets up to 70%. He does also have the unit super, so let's take a look about this. This is when there's a Goku or Vegeta Angel in the same turn. The greatly raises attack and defense, immense damage, attack effective against all types, and greatly lowers attack. I mean, it's not the worst. So right here, we can get 7, and we get the rainbow orbs as well. So that gets us, so we're at 400k. Now we are in the Zamasu Red Zone stage, the Fusion Zamasu Red Zone stage. We're running Connected Hope. I would have loved to run double Pikkon, but you know, it is what it is. There's none on the list. Oh, there we go. One thing I can say is that I kind of do wish they increased him and Janemba's leader skill to 150%. Because the Blues, right? Their leader skill is 150%. So it's like if this guy was a 150% to super class, because his leader skill, I forgot to go over that. 180% to Connected Hope, and then 130% to super class. And Janemba's the just counterpart. So he is corroded body and mind 180%, and then is it just corroded body and mind? I haven't looked at his one, but extreme class is 130%. Honestly, I would have loved to see him battle it out with the Blues, to see who would be the most prominent on the friends list. Because you press the auto button and they instantly appear, right? Like you're link leveling, right? So imagine Pikkon, who would be like he's way better than them, like no question. I would have loved that, but I guess we'll just skip to the next turn. I'll see you there. Last turn was very scary, but we managed to make it through. Honestly, they are not a slot 1 unit, these two right here, so we're gonna have to handle business with Pikkon. Him and his 70% chance gonna have to come through for us. Grab the 7 for the healing. Let's go with these AGL orbs. So Pikkon, he's like a YOLO slot 1, unless you're running Connected Hope, in which case he is the slot 1. What was that, 15 million he dropped? Pretty good. So there's the Fusion. Honestly, they should have added him to Fusion's category. I don't know why they're so stingy, man. It's like, look how cool he is. There we go. Now, I want to tell a bit of a story. This guy was the first Dokkan Fest I got, right? So I already talked about this in one of my earlier videos, but I started in 2020, and the thing that attracted me to Dokkan was I just randomly found it. I think it was Dokkan World. It was Physical Gold Frieza's OST. It was him and GT Goku, and I was like, man, I gotta get myself on there, you know. And so, because of that, I ended up summoning for ended up summoning for the New Year's banner, right before the 7th anniversary, right? It was 2022, right before the 7th anniversary, and I got Pikkon. He was the first Dokkan Fest I got. I checked my box, and he's at the very bottom of the list because, I mean, he's number 1. He was also the first Dokkan Fest I rainbowed, so, I mean, a little bit of history right there. Not quite as much as Goku and Gohan, because I didn't use him as much as I did with that. Ooh. I didn't use him as much as I did with them, but he's fine. But, yeah, a little bit of history there. Pikkon, the first unit I rainbowed, did that was, you know, it was New Year's 2022. Yeah, Ultimate Gohan and Ultimate Piccolo. They dropped, and I went in for summons where I even spent a little bit of money. We spent money, we summoned, and we didn't get the units, right? We didn't get the units. You won't find that on my channel because the history is gone for now. But I'll still remember. I'll remember that. I pulled so many Super Saiyan 3 Gokus. I pulled so many Fat Boos. Tech Janemba. Pikkon was there too. And I think I pulled... The only unit from Gohan's banner I got was Pan. Like the only new one. And then I got the stupid Goten and Trunks who were useless. So yeah, because of that, that's actually how I managed to rainbow. That's the story of how we managed to rainbow AGL Pikkon. That's how we managed to do this rainbow showcase right here. So he is at max potential. Max power Pikkon on this next turn. We're not stalling, right? We're not stalling, we're reminiscing. As Gogeta does 3 supers. Look at him go, man. He knows Pikkon's next. He doesn't want to be shown up. Ooh, nice. Whoa, he's got that dodge in him, huh? And the double digits. Okay, so now we can stand by with the Gammas. Let's do that. And then we drop the Pikkon Ghost Usher, because that's his job. Now this Ghost Usher, actually, do we be silent? Yeah, we gotta respect him.
You won't get past me. I'll show you the skills of a master.
Alright, so there is the Ghost Usher. Now the thing about this guy is that his one, if we take a look at the condition, when wait, there's more than the 4th turn? Okay. So when facing one enemy whose HP is 50% or more, starting from the 4th turn. Interesting. Okay. So people call this guy a gimmick character, right? You know, the truth calls him a meme character. In reality, or at least in my opinion, he's not on the level of Fat Boos or the Tech Androids, right? MUI Goku, he's not on that level. He's almost there, but his Ghost Usher is a bit too deep into the fight for it to really be counted as, like, you know, turn 1 Ghost Usher, right? Fat Boo off leader skill, he's dead. Ghost Usher next turn. MUI guaranteed dodge. Pikkon? I mean, he's there, right? But you also gotta wait 4 turns. Things gotta fall into your lap. Whereas the others, right, you just drop them in slot 1. Drop Fat Boo in slot 1, float off Tech Androids, MUI slot 1. Pikkon can go slot 1 now with his EZA and his dodge, but you gotta go further into the fight for him to be on that level, you know what I mean? And like, if you jump into battle harder formidable foes, I mean, they crumble to the Tech Androids and Fat Boo. You could maybe throw Pikkon on there. Super Trunks maybe is on the same level as Pikkon. He's a meme, but he's not quite on that level, right? Because the enemy's HP has to be 50% or more. And like those guys, you'll see, we'll head in there. The battle harder formidable foes, they don't have the HP to handle what we're dishing out, right? So Pikkon and his Ghost Usher, I don't really feel like it would be a factor. Speaking of Ghost Ushers, did you like that? So Pikkon has a built-in Ghost Usher, but we also have our own in the back pocket. What did you think of that one, though? If you liked it, like and subscribe, because we do funny jokes kind of like that all the time. because we find ways to skip turns on this channel. We don't slug, or what do I say? We don't slog around. Yeah, let's go with that. And Gogeta, we'll give him the rainbow so he helps us out a little bit. Now, if you don't know, every time STR Gogeta gets a rainbow, I mean, I get it, right? Bro has no damage reduction. Like, so he gets hit, and it's like, make Rose any type apart from STR, and like Paikon's done. But luckily, things are in our favor, and we get the KO. Nice. Who's next? The Fusion Zamasu himself? Ooh, looks like we just have to drop the Gammas, huh? Let's do it. Oh. Now, I would call this the end of the road. However, we have another Ghost Touch, so we'll use that. But let's fuse with Gogeta. This is all about Gogeta and Pikkon, so might as well get this animation in once. Alright, so there we go. Now we can fuse with the other one. We've already seen the animation, but I mean, we can just play it again. Now, here's the thing. I would love to see Pikkon next to this AGL Gogeta, but I don't think we have enough turns for us to survive. Like, look at our team, right? We're running a bunch of slot 2 units, right? This guy can go slot 1, but he's also type disadvantage. And Zamasu's doing AoEs, so... It's like, plus we'd lose out on the links, because look at this. Now, I don't really know if we can really survive this turn. Because, like, look at our next turn. I think we're going to be good. So I'm actually going to Ghost Usher, float off AGL Gogeta. If we die, then, we'll skip to the other turn. Look at that, 5 rainbow ores, pretty good. We don't need the rainbows anyway. If we die, then I'll just head into Battle Harder Formidable Foes. But I do want to see how Pikkon would handle Fusion Zamasu. And he is supering after we are. So, Ghost Usher, in case you are wondering what it does. What it does, I mean, if you've used Pikkon, it delays the enemy's turn by 1. But all the attacks stay in the same place. So that right there where you saw Zamasu was supering after we are, that stays in the same place. So we put Pikkon in slot 1, he dodges the AoEs, and then he maybe tanks the super, you know what I mean? Now, this Zamasu, I haven't really checked up on what he does because he's not my hardest fight. I'm not really sure what the theme of today's video is. It might just be like Pikkon, I don't know. He's back, right? He was Pikkon for a second, but now he's Pi back, right? I'm going to check up on this guy's stats and see how hard he's hitting, just in case we can, maybe make some kind of pipe dream of whether he'd survive or not. Let's go to challenge. So, while Gogeta's doing all that, you enjoy Gogeta and his 5 supers incoming, and I'll just search for the stats. It is really quite awkward when there's no talking, you know what I mean? It's like you feel it too, right? Sometimes you don't want to say anything, but it like the awkward silence. It's like it's always looming, isn't it? But look at him go. So this guy's hitting us for 4.8 with a greatly raised defense. Now, if Gotenks would like to do his job, then we're going to be okay here. And then we might be able to see Pikkon tank the super. So, how much are we looking for here? So after attack, he gets the defense plus 200%. he is supporting himself, which is amazing, honestly. The double support, because he's an Otherworld warrior and he's super class. So with the one rainbow orb, but it doesn't sound like per. So I guess there's nothing. Okay. So we grab this. We get the 3 plus the rainbow orb. We're at 340 right here. Let's drop the tech. And then hopefully Gotenks feels like allowing us to see this turn through. Okay. So there's the AoE, the Go. Okay, he's fine. Gotenks. I don't know whether it procced or not. I think it did, because that's a 1.6 he drops right there. So it's like he's not really messing around with his AoEs. So Gotenks, he really just ate that for nothing, huh? Okay, 125. Well, I say nothing, but like, there we go. I mean, that's his job, right? He did his job. It's like, do you want to see Pikkon take 6 million damage? Do you want to see him take how much damage? I, for one, kind of don't, because his job is to dodge. If you don't dodge, he's probably dead anyway. So it's like, it's either we get out of here, get out of jail free card, or we get sent back home, right? Either way, I mean, it's a win for us. So 24 that Gotenks drops right here. I think we're going to switch over to Battle Hardened Foes, because I think I'll just stop calling that Battle Hardened Foes. Yeah, the Formidable, we can kind of forego that. But once we switch over to Battle Hardened Foes, we're going to see a lot more like instant pressure compared to, I mean, these guys who, they do hit quite hard, but they do also build up. So I'll see you there. That's right, everyone. They love me, and I love them. Who else but the LR gods, making a guest starring appearance. There we go. We're all about movie heroes, aren't we? Connected Hope / movie hero / fusion. So here are the LR gods, making a guest star because they want to be here and not because there are no Tech Gojira friends. So we're up against Broly. Now we do have a bit of Janemba vision, and we saw there was a Janemba up ahead. So we are in the movie edition. I think this is 3. Yeah. Anyway, here we go now. The gods are technically Mr. Slot 1. But this is about Pikkon, so we're going to drop him up front. We get this to buff our allies, buff himself. We do get that the LR gods with the battle motion, they know what's up. They're ready to fight. And AGL Gojira, he does this thing. So what? Let me check what event this is. I think this is edition 3, isn't it? It's got to be, right? Surely I'm correct. Yeah, this is version 3. So Broly with the Eraser Cannon hitting us for 2.24. Not the craziest, but he does get attack with each turn passed, plus 20%. So he's not quite Fusion's master, but he does build up, right? So on turn 2, he's going to be looking... Wait, you can seal him? Oh, there you go. So Pikkon, he did his job. There we go. So, yeah, Pikkon seals on his super attack. Incredible performance. Round of applause for Pikkon, shall we? Everyone, standing ovation for Pikkon. LR gods too, because they're just that great, right? We love them too. They're part of the show. This will be our last, portion of this video, because I normally just do like long event and then short event. That's the formula nowadays. I don't want to make this video too long though, so we won't spend too long in the Battle Hardened Foes. We'll try and get more Pikkon turns. But since we're only running one of them, like, there are no Pikkon friends. If they upped his leader skill to 150%, you'd be looking at them all over the place, right? That's what I wanted. That's the reality we wanted, right? That's the reality we needed. But Amatsu, just like he kind of helped sell, saying, okay, you're looking for tournament participants? Here are your tournament participants. And they dropped Pikkon. Now, he wasn't anticipated EZA, so I can't exactly, you know, rag him in too much. But it's just that, like, are we running Cell? Not only do I not have him, but he's Pykon's only 220%. You think we're running STR Cell? It's not even optimal to run 2 of him. So that's why I didn't summon. And not because I'm saving for Golden Week, you know. It's not because Cell is the easiest skip ever created, right? You must be some kind of April Fool to summon for him. But even if you're not, Golden Week is coming. I don't have the budget to summon for both, right? So Cell's a skip. But Pykon, we can't skip. So let's skip right to him. You got to admit, I'm getting better at this. Like, the words flow, you know? The words flow. They come in. So let's drop this with Pykon. We get another unit super because Tech Gojira is guest starring. Or they're sort of like his partner in crime. Well, I shouldn't really say that. More like crime fighters. Yeah. The reference to the intro that I'm going to make. Make the intro, Mark. Future Mark, please make the intro. So here's Broly coming in. And we do our thing. So what was that? 13 million he's dropping? Not the craziest, but his support is going to be what is impacting, right? And the seal as well. So we can't seal him, but we can attack lower, which is good. Dropping a 14 right here. This is the great chance. I've got to go over that. Well, no, I didn't forget to go over that. But he has an additional with a great chance. And the God's dropping a 12. Is that a little bit of lag I see? I guess not. I'm still not used to this phone, you know? It's like, I've been using that, what was it, Samsung. I've been using that Samsung since, I think, 2022. I think it was 2022. It was either 2022 or 2023. So, every single time a domain activates, like, look at my older videos, right? Go and look at my older videos of, pre-iPhone, the pre-iPhone era. Look at the older videos. Look at me use UI's domain and tell me that isn't like the coolest stuff you've ever seen, right? It is the coolest thing ever, right? Like the game, it is unbearable for me, and I assume it's unbearable for you on your end as well. But like it like at a certain point, there was a bit of a coolness factor, right? There was a novelty to it. It felt like it was different, you know. And like other people experienced that as well. There was a moment where it got so bad I had to make a video on it. If you want some more Mark content, because that one is kind of timeless. But what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that like Pykon, he's a help for Cell, but Cell needs something a little bit more. I would have loved if they gave him, like, I made a video, like the previous video I made, like, not to plug too much, but the previous video I made, which is the predicting the part 2 LR, I talked about Pykon's EZA. We'll play this. I talked about Pykon's EZA and how Super Kaioken Goku being the part 2 LR could, you know, segue that. And it's sort of like, now that they've already done that, that video is already dated, right? You know, it's been less than a day, and they already cooked me, right? I'm already dated. But I still think I put a lot of effort into that. I still think it's a good video. So if you do want to watch that, you can as well. Let's give this to you. Now, we should be able to survive this turn. But basically, in that video, I talked about, like, tournament participant support. Go Tanks. You can do it, man. I believe in you. There we go. That's the GOAT. That's the Go Tanks. He puts the Go in Go Tanks. Okay, so I was talking about Pykon maybe being a tournament participant support. Instead, it didn't do that. I don't know why. Like, he made him support Otherworld Warriors. Okay. Like, I mean, we'll take it, right? But if, like, his only 220% is Cell. The Cell is the main man, the main headliner, the guy on the front cover that they're saying, give us money, please summon for Cell. And they drop EZAs that kind of just like, okay, they're on his team, right? But are they directly buffing him? You know? You're going to survive a couple more turns now. But Cell is not an Otherworld warrior. He is not Connected Hope. Instead of Otherworld warrior, they maybe could have left that. And they could have tagged on... oh, he's done. They could have tagged on... Oh, Bio Broly's next. Whatever. I'll just go until my point is finished. They could have tagged on, like, tournament participants. Because I think... Like, then at least you know that he's meant to be run with Cell, right? They share, like, 0 links, basically. But the point is that, like, Cell's the main man. And this is sort of like a, you know, not exactly a Kale Subaru kind of situation. Since the Part 2 LR is not revealed yet. But, like, this could just turn into one where they drop Kaioken Goku. Like, he does nothing for Cell because, you know. Like, I can see that future. I can see a future where Cell just ends up like KO. And, you know, not to the extent that they did KO dirty. Because they really did, man. They, like, come on. Like, I don't think they can top that, right? Like, what was it? It's Kale and Super Boo. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, Kale. You know, you'll get your moment to shine. Honestly, the worst thing they could do is probably drop a Kefla. But because it's like... A lot of my channel is turning into just me just referencing stuff now. Because the first video I made, or like it was the second video, I was talking about Universe 11. And I said that, oh, you know, they dropped Kale. And then a year later, they EZA'd Universe 6 characters. And they said, you know, let's not do that this year. Talking about 2024. So they dropped, you know, a bunch of Universe 11 characters. They made the category good for a short period of time. Just because they kind of had to because of that mission against Go Frieza. But it's like imagine they dropped Kefla. So she's a fusion. So she won't be in as bad of a spot. Because, you know, she's on Vegito's 220%. Potara and then Fused Fires, right? But like, I don't want that, you know? I would rather they try and flesh out different teams. Like we have... Earth Protecting Heroes, right? Connected Hope is coming up, right? We have movie bosses like Uncontrollable Power, although those teams have kind of like, you know, aged out because, you know, it's like these events are longer. Broly's domain goes down. But it's sort of like, make Universe 6 a real team, please. Don't just drop Kefla because she's a tournament participant. Drop Kefla because it's a Universe 6 vs 7 event. Celebration, right? Like, do you think this is interesting? I guess we did see Pikkon in action, didn't we? Was he in slot 1? I wasn't really watching, honestly speaking. Where do we go from here? I guess we just skip the turn, yeah, because it's like, you know, Pikkon isn't here. So we'll skip on over to where he is. So I decided to wait. I decided to wait until this Broly was at Bio Broly because he'd have more health. And now look at us. It's like we did too much damage. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to transform with the gods. And then we're just going to take him out right here. We'll just let the gods handle business right here. Let's do that. Because they've got their dodge chance, right? So I don't need to use the active. I feel confident. Give that. So they get the Rainbow Orb as well. The Dokkan attack. Okay. What else could I really talk about? I'm not so sure. It's time to get serious, though. Tell me your thoughts on Pikkon, because I'm going to end the show pretty soon. We would have gotten to Janemba, but, like, you know, you kind of get the point. He's good. But, like, in Battle Hard of Mortal Foes, it's not really his forte. Just because the Ghost Usher, which is what you're using him for, doesn't really work in here because the bosses fall too easily. But he can be good because of slot 1 dodge capabilities, right? So nice 41 million we dropped. Honestly, do we need to see ourselves against Janemba? Wild Janemba has appeared. Can Pikkon tame the beast? Let's find out. Gonna pop him in slot 1 right here, next to the LR guards. Actually, we get shocking speed with the Gammas. Never mind. Never mind. I've been playing wrong the entire time, everyone. What do we want? So, let's give him an STR orb. Let's give him that. Then the gods can grab these tech orbs right there. So shocking speed is up. How does he handle Janemba? He's dodging. He's at 13 million. No unit super this time around, but looks like we don't even need Goku Vegeta. We can't seal him, but we can greatly lower his attack. As we can see, Pikkon is doing his job as the master of the Otherworld. Okay. Alright, so no super attack coming in, and he's at double digits. Type disadvantage? With guard, by the way. So Janemba cannot touch us. Now, Super Janemba will be a different story. So I guess I'll skip you. Dang, why did I say that? I guess we'll skip to Super Janemba. Yeah. It might be a couple times. Unless we see a super... Speak of the devil, am I right? Speak of the demon. The super attack incoming. Huh? I mean, I get it, right? You know, they're a year old. Dang, that would have been really cool, though. You know, it's like Pikkon, he handles Janemba, but he dies Super Janemba. That would be, you know, fitting, right? But there's the Pikkon showcase, I guess. How does he do? I mean, he's pretty good, right? If you have to, put him in slot 1. But if you don't want to, you can easily put him in slot 2. He's going to be a valuable addition to Cell's team. But I don't have Cell. So that's, you know, that's a different story, right? Now, the build I went for him, I should have mentioned it to the start. But we went with additional and dodge. He doesn't really need the crit because he has super effect, even though that is significantly worse. And, like, he's not here to do damage, right? Leave that to Cell. Leave that to AGL Gogeta, right? Leave that to... the gods running movie heroes. I get it, right? It's like these teams as well. It's like, what is this? They cooked up anything they could, right? They really tried with him, I guess. But no fused fighters because of his unit super does suck. But additional and dodge is the way I went. I would say his role is to dodge, so maximize that, and then also he does debuff on this, and you know the defense as well. He gets greatly raised attack and defense, pretty good super attack effects. So that is evaluation of Pikkon completed. We did see his Ghost Usher as well. Not quite a battle hardened formidable. Whatever. Not quite a battle hardened foes team member, but he can do well there. We just got caught because of the Gammas. But we're running Connected Hope, and it's like I don't have. Like, let's take a look at Connected Hope. I'm not trying to long out this video, right? Just stay with me. Stay with me. I guess I could have brought Beast instead of the Gammas, right? Yeah. Because initially I made this team. Beast was on there, but I didn't save it. So I had to remake it. And I thought, you know, why not bring the Gammas along? And they got us killed. But there we go. If you want, you can like and subscribe. Maybe follow me on Twitter because I don't have no followers, bro. I need help, man. If my channel shuts down, where do I go? So that's why I need the followers. So I can make a big hoopla. And if you like hoops, then like and subscribe because you can see there's a hoop on Pikkon's head. You know, that's the halo, right? You know, I'm so good at this. Bye-bye, and thank you for watching.